The first Air Canada planes take off after a tentative deal is struck.
I'm just happy that it's over. I'm going home.
Did flight attendants defying Ottawa's back-to-work order change the rules for every union?
I mean, I think this sets an interesting precedent.
Plus, no surprise, Pierre Poilievre wins the Battle River Crowfoot by-election.
I feel that he'll do a good job.
The Conservative Party leader heads back to Ottawa, now able to take on the PM from inside the House of Commons. And all revved up in Strathmore.
It's my favorite sport. It's my favorite hobby.
We're hitting the track with teens who have a need for speed.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. We begin with breaking news tonight. A major policy reversal from the UCP this afternoon. The government now says it will cover the cost of COVID-19 vaccinations for healthcare workers. Camilla Di Giuseppe joins us now. And Camilla, Alberta's healthcare unions say this is a major win for frontline healthcare workers.
Tara, since Danielle Smith's government rolled out its new COVID policy plans 2 months ago, health union leadership say they all work together in a multi-pronged approach, from lobbying government MLAs to pressing their concerns at the bargaining table. To the ire of many Albertans, the provincial government revealed COVID vaccines would no longer be covered for most people. That included healthcare workers, meaning if you wanted a COVID shot starting this fall, you'd have to pay for it. Backlash from public health experts and healthcare unions was swift, calling the UCP government's move irresponsible to expect healthcare workers to pay for the protection in the workplace. Premier Smith claimed the aim of the new policy is to prevent wastage after revealing $135 million was spent on unused doses. What we don't know, Tara, is whether every healthcare worker in Alberta will now be covered under the province's policy reversal, including family doctors and long-term care staff. Health unions are waiting on that information too, but say this is a major step in the right direction.
Workers won twice today. First, it was the flight attendants. Now it's healthcare workers. They didn't just make this course correction out of the kindness of their heart. They did it because workers and unions pushed back and demanded better.
This now scopes to cover all healthcare workers. This is how we protect our patients, reduce hospitalizations. This is how we keep our healthcare system strong.
McGowan, who you heard there, Tara, says the Premier should abolish the policy of paying for shots altogether and revert to universal COVID vaccine coverage for all Albertans. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Primary and Preventative Health Services says COVID shot coverage will be extended to all healthcare workers this fall under the first phase of the rollout.
Okay, Camilla, thank you. Air travelers are breathing a sigh of relief as Air Canada and its flight attendants have reached a tentative agreement. The airline warns it will take some time to resume normal operations, and the union says it will take some time for the deal to be ratified. Now, while this labor saga appears to be over, the union's defiance may have set a precedent for future union negotiations in Canada. Tyson Fedor reports.
Air Canada cabin crews are off the picket line and headed to the sky. Lines forming in Calgary outside the airline's checkout counter, with many trying to understand what it means for their flight.
It has been frustrating. I'm just a visitor, and I need to go back to USA and to Nigeria.
This stuff happens to me all the time, so I'm like, it's like normal, I guess, but it's very inconvenient.
After 3 days on the picket line, CUPE, the union representing 10,000 Air Canada flight attendants, announced it had reached a deal with the airline. 1,700 flights were cancelled, 500,000 passengers impacted. Full details of the agreement have not been released, but Air Canada says its flight attendants will not only be the best paid in the country, but they will also be fully compensated for pre- and post-flight work.
It shows that, you know, when unions are willing to fight and to maybe push the envelope a little bit, that they can achieve better gains. And that I think the other way this sets a precedent is that corporations and businesses have been leaning on the idea that the government, why negotiate when the government's simply going to legislate?
But the allegations of unpaid work put the federal jobs minister on alert, saying an investigation is being opened that will take 6 to 8 weeks.
Nobody should work for free in this country. In fact, we expect to get paid for the work that we perform. And that's why I've ordered a probe into the allegation of unpaid work in the airline sector. We will start this probe immediately, and if employers are exploiting loopholes in the Canada Labour Code, we'll close them.
And while passengers try to make sense of their new itineraries, some with other airlines, many are hopeful they will be home soon.
I feel like at the moment that it ended or is ending, it's kind of cut the tensions for the other airlines and everything seems to be flowing again. I'm just happy that it's over. I'm going home, so back to Yellowknife for me.
It was a lot of sleepless nights for sure, but yeah, now we're here. We're going back there and yeah, we're good.
And Tyson joins us from the airport tonight. Okay, Tyson, how long is this going to take now for flights to return to a normal schedule?
Well, Tara, Air Canada is saying that it's hoping about 15 to 20% of its flights will be back in operation today. That includes into this evening. Many people still trying to get their schedules in order, but the national carrier does caution against how long this may actually take, saying it'll be about 7 to 10 days before they are back to fully operating service across the country and across the globe with those international flights. Air Canada also saying that it's apologizing to customers about this lengthy labor disruption over the last several days and is hoping to get many of them back on their flights and moving as quickly as possible. Tara?
Okay, Tyson, thank you. Pierre Poilievre has secured his ticket back to Parliament, winning the Battle River Crowfoot by-election last night and winning big with 80% of the vote. The Conservative Party leader returns to Ottawa after spending the summer pounding the pavement in small-town Alberta. Residents of the sprawling riding say they now have high hopes for their high-profile representative. Here's Tyler Barrow.
Pierre Poilievre is heading back to Ottawa after winning the rural riding of Battle River Crowfoot.
I really love the people of Battle River Crowfoot. They're the kind of what you see is what you get.
For voters in Camrose, where Poilievre celebrated his victory, they're happy to have him as their MP.
I'm very, very pleased and happy with how it all went.
I was glad he got in. I think he's a good man.
He toured the rural area and talked to all the local people, and I think he got a very good feedback.
Poilievre received a total of 80% of the vote. In second place was independent Bonnie Critchley, making up nearly 10% of total votes, a feat some political experts called significant. She remains critical of Damien Carrick, the MP who stepped aside for Poilievre to run in the riding.
This is our home. This is our riding. We're going to keep fighting for it. And Mr. Carrick, if he thinks we're going to welcome him back with open arms, is in for a rude awakening.
At the same time, political experts say people here won't notice much of a difference in their MPs.
It will give, Battle River Crowfoot profile, but will it mean much in a material way? I don't think so.
In Calgary, Poilievre's victory was celebrated with a watch party.
I'm from the Camrose area, and I want to get this leader in for Canada.
We've seen a drift to the left, and most of us have an appetite for common sense conservative values.
For the over 40,000 people who voted for Poilievre, along with conservative supporters across the country, they can expect to see him back in the House of Commons on September 15th when the fall sitting begins. Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Camrose.
So the by-election had a nearly 59% voter turnout. According to one political scientist, anything over about 40% is considered good. Alberta cabinet ministers are asking the province's finance minister to request the Treasury Board immediately reverse a controversial new expense policy for senior government officials. The directive, which took effect August 1st, removed receipts for government expenses over $100 from public view. Mark Delaney is at McDougall Centre tonight. Mark, critics called this a huge issue of public transparency and accountability for taxpayers.
Yeah, that's right, Tara. This directive was introduced on the Friday of August long weekend, as some political watchers saying that tactic in and of itself is a way to sort of hide this news. Now, the province says this policy was originally about safety for its staff and its senior government officials, but now they're flip-flopping after a series of criticism from both the official opposition as well as the Office of Alberta's Privacy Commissioner. Whether it's a more expensive hotel or something a bit more modest, Alberta politicians weren't keen on the public knowing where they were staying.
They just wanted the name of the hotel redacted, just in case people were tracking them down and following. That was what the policy was supposed to be.
It's why the province eliminated a long-standing requirement for ministers, staff, and senior bureaucrats to post receipts for expenses over $100, all while removing 8 years of public expenses from the Alberta government website.
So if you're a taxpayer, you'll want to know if your tax dollars are paying to rent a Corolla or a Corvette.
The Office of Alberta's Privacy Commissioner says these changes diminish transparency, and our office has no knowledge of the rationale for them. But now the province is backpedaling, directing the Minister of Finance to request the Treasury Board immediately reverse the policy. It comes after the government had originally defended the change to remove more than 500,000 expense claims from the internet, saying the volume of data hosted on its site exceeded server capacity.
We hereby permit the government to go spend some money on external hard drives.
Premier Smith says change was in order, but she was confused by the policy.
It turned out to be something quite different.
But some political watchers don't buy the Premier's story.
So I suspect what was happening here was not a surprise at what the policy looked like, but what the reaction to the policy was.
Alberta NDP leader Naheed Nenshi is also skeptical.
The Premier claims she knew nothing about it. So she knows nothing about what's going on in her government. We deserve a Premier who knows what's going on. In reality, of course she knew what was going on.
In a statement, former ousted UCP cabinet minister Peter Guthrie says such changes don't happen without the Premier being involved. Let's be clear, transparency should be priority, but under Smith's leadership, it's become an afterthought. Albertans deserve a government that leads with integrity, not one that hides expenses, blames others, and dodges accountability.
This is why detailed receipts matter.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
A recent Equifax report shows over 1 million Canadians are having a hard time keeping up with credit payments, and young people are especially at risk. Alberta stands out in the report, but not in a good way. Jacqueline Wilson explains.
The average Albertan has over $24,000 in debt, not including their mortgage. That's the second highest in Canada and more than the national average at just over $22,000, according to a new Equifax report.
When we look at the age ranges in Alberta, you tend to have more individuals kind of in what we call the peak credit usage age range, so kind of 36 to 55-year-olds. They tend to be using the credit the most because you kind of establish things like your own home, maybe you've got lines of credit, maybe an auto loan. And because there is just a higher percentage of consumers in Alberta that fall into that age range, that's one of the reasons why we see that average amount a little bit higher.
More Albertans are also missing credit payments, and they're not alone. 1.4 million Canadians missed a payment in the second quarter. While that's up by 118,000 people compared with the same time last year, it is a slight drop from the first quarter.
Money's not just about dollars and cents. It's about your feelings towards it, right? And so debt can create a lot of anxiety and stress for us. If you don't have a plan, then it's time to form one. And you really can do it two ways, right? You can do it yourself, or you can come chat with us at nonprofit credit counselors who are available to help, create a budget that is manageable and sustainable.
The report also finds that non-mortgage holders and those under the age of 36 have greater financial stress.
Well, I feel like right now it's kind of harder to get a job. You definitely need those connections in this world. And I feel like even going out with friends, you don't get to go as much because everything's more expensive. So it's definitely harder to save.
I feel like maybe older people are good at managing their money and being good, but young people like me, I think we're not getting ahead.
A slow job market and the rising costs for groceries, cars, and housing are all reasons it can be tough to get ahead. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
Residents in Fort McMurray have the highest average debt in the province at over $37,000. The city is launching a $30 million Indigenous housing program. The program is designed to tackle systemic barriers that Indigenous communities face when finding a home. The city says Indigenous people make up just 3% of the city's population, but represent 41% of those experiencing homelessness.
Behind every one of those statistics is a person. There's a parent, a child, a grandparent, an auntie, a friend. There's someone searching for stability, for dignity, and a home. And today, we are taking a big step forward to change that story.
This is the first for Indigenous by Indigenous housing initiative the City of Calgary has launched. The program officially begins August 25th.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
A perfect day for the annual Whoop Up Days parade in Lethbridge. Off the annual summer festival that runs until Sunday, more than 100 entries rolled through city streets, including bands, dancers, and dignitaries. It was a perfect day for a parade, Danielle. Pretty nice in our city, too.
Absolutely, yes. Beautiful, nice, long stretch of weather for Lethbridge for Whoop Up Days. And here, too, we do have a little bit of instability in the forecast for tomorrow, but hopefully you can get out for a walk the dog, enjoy whatever it is you can out here for this evening because it's really stable and fantastic. The winds, just a light breeze at times. It's 26 degrees. That's the temperature at the airport. And there's a lot of sunshine out here as well. We'll hold on to the sunshine for tomorrow morning for the most part, but by the afternoon, by 2 in the afternoon tomorrow, that's when we get into the risks of showers and thunderstorm activity, and that's when the winds will start to pick up as well. Tomorrow, expected high of 21, so a little cooler than today. Your full forecast just ahead, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Just ahead, a second of inattention can make you a victim. Distraction thefts are on the rise. Organized crime groups with dozens of victims across the province and across the country. And later, putting the pedal to the metal, training young drivers for a future in auto sports or just a really fun, fast hobby. If you have a news tip for us, you can text us anytime at 10400. RCMP confirm a 24-year-old man from Ontario died in a crash east of Calgary yesterday. The man was driving a semi that crashed in Strathmore yesterday afternoon. The truck collided with an SUV at the intersection of Highway 1 and Wheatland Trail. A passenger in the truck and the SUV driver were able to escape unhurt. Calgary police have now charged a man with assault after a domestic incident in the southwest community of Yorkville yesterday. Police responded and shot a man. Officers responded to a 911 hang-up call, but when they arrived, the suspect had taken off. Police found him a few blocks away. They say he had a weapon and he was shot by an officer. The man was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Alberta Serious Incident Response Team is investigating the police response, but in the meantime, the suspect, 61-year-old Bernard Arthur White, is charged with assault. Police say distraction theft is on the rise. They say organized groups are linked to dozens of incidents in Alberta and right across the country. Here's Amanda Anderson.
After loading her vehicle with groceries one day last year, Colleen threw her purse in the car and returned her cart to the corral she parked next to. That's when a man came up and asked where to find a doctor's office.
And I said, no, not here. You might have to go into another shopping area to find a doctor's office. And I pointed. And he said, okay, and he walked away, and I went back to my car. My purse was still there on the front seat.
She says another man walked past as she left. About 10 minutes later, her credit card company called about suspicious purchases. That's when she realized she was the victim of a distraction theft.
20 seconds, like I swear. It's just that length of a conversation, very short. And he was able to reach in, pull my wallet out of my purse. And I was unaware because the purse was still on the seat.
Since May, police have gotten more than 60 reports of various distraction-style thefts.
They work as a group. They work coordinated approach on what they do with distraction thefts.
3 women have been charged so far, with police looking for 3 more people involved. Police believe it's the same group captured stealing more than $1,500 from a Safeway in Windermere.
We're also seeing a trend of distraction theft at a commercial store. This group is also involved in commercial thefts of perfumes.
Police say all 6 are under investigation for similar crimes in communities just outside of Edmonton, as well as the Toronto area and in Surrey, BC.
This particular group is transient in nature.
It's believed they're part of an organized crime group, and there are other suspects.
If that you have been a victim of these crimes by these individuals, maybe a distraction theft, maybe theft of property, or maybe fraudulently obtaining or purchasing of vehicle, please report it to us.
Be very aware of your surroundings, I guess. And it just is a shame that you can't just be kind to people and not be taken advantage of.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
This is CTV News, Calgary.
Let's bring Danielle back in now as we look ahead to our 5-day forecast.
Yes, and it is looking pretty good. The only somewhat unstable day is tomorrow, and then outside of that, it's a hot, dry stretch. Some summer heat for us, some brightness. Okay, we have a lot of heat in the far southeast corner. 31 degrees right now in Brooks and Lethbridge, 32 in Medicine Hat and Milk River. So there is actually a heat warning in place for these communities. So south of Empress and to the east of Brooks, all of these communities, Medicine Hat, foremost, many berries. And that's because we're looking at 2 consecutive days with daytime highs over 30 and those overnight lows in those mid-teens. So no real relief even in the overnight hours from the heat. So this is one more day. Tomorrow will be another hot one, but we're going to start to cool down. A cold front's going to be moving in. It'll take some time to get here, which is why there's an extra day of heat in the southeast. But for us here in Calgary, we are looking at cooling down tomorrow. It won't be a massive cool down, but you'll likely notice a difference. 5, maybe 6 degrees. Okay, when we look at radar and satellite, what we have going on here is high pressure right now, and that's what's keeping things mainly clear. Beautiful sunshine, high of 26 today. This weather pattern, though, is going to shift down. A cold front's going to move through, and that's going to spark up that instability. Because we have some heat and because we're going to get the lift from that cold front, that leads to the chance of showers and even thunderstorm activity as possible in Calgary and surrounding areas. So I will advance this and show you. As we go through the overnight hours, closer to the Medicine Hat area and south, there's even the potential tonight of getting any sort of thunderstorm activity. Calgary should be quiet tonight, quiet in the morning. You'll notice the clouds increasing tomorrow afternoon, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the city, we have the potential for showers and even some thunderstorm activity up the QE2 as well, off to the west, down to Okotoks. As this tracks off to the east, because of the heat off to the east, it's even hotter. This will likely intensify, and we could see some decent storms out there to the east of the QE2 and Highway 2, closer to Brooks as well. Brooks, Hannah, Owen, Coronation. We may even get some cells with some larger size hail tomorrow afternoon. So keep that in mind. Eyes on the sky tomorrow afternoon. And then after that, it's stable and temperatures will be able to climb. So here's your Action Furnace 5-day forecast. 21 degrees is our high for tomorrow. That's a difference from our 26 today, thanks to the cold front. And again, that leads to the chance of showers and thunderstorm activity in the afternoon. It will likely get a little windy too tomorrow afternoon, gusting out of the north up to 40 kilometers per hour. We'll hold on to that 21 for Thursday and Friday, but we'll get some bright sunshine with that. And by Saturday, we're looking at 24, Sunday into 26, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. More than 25,000 people have signed a petition to save a Drumheller landmark. Tyra is Drumheller's 25-meter tall dinosaur statue and is one of the town's biggest tourist attractions. Earlier this year, the town decided to dismantle Tyra, triggering backlash.
We have made the decision to vacate the space, and a condition of the agreement was that we remove the dinosaur. However, we are in talks with the town of Drumheller and Travel Drumheller to see what can be planned going forward after the lease expires.
The Drumheller and District Chamber of Commerce owns and operates the dinosaur. It has a lease agreement with the town until the end of 2029. The chamber is not planning to seek renewal past the lease. Back in March, a Drumheller man started a petition to save Tyra.
I've just been looking at ways as a businessman that the town and the people of the town can use the tourist assets to benefit the people that live here and love the dinosaurs and love the tourists and love just being in our small little community.
Frey says people outside Drumheller are interested too. People around the world are rallying to support the famous dino. He's hoping to gather many more signatures over the next 4 years. They're young, but they are often the family broker, the teenage children who step in to try to translate, negotiate, interpret for their newcomer parents. We'll take you to a special camp just for them. And talk about a mission. A congregation in Sweden takes the whole church on the road. We'll explain. A new program is expected to help as many as 300 current and aspiring early childhood educators launch or advance their careers. As part of the Early Childhood Educator Bursary Program, 300 one-time bursaries of $10,000 will be granted to eligible students over the next 3 years. Since 2021, the number of early childhood educators in the province has grown by more than 13,000 to more than 31,000. The money can be used to cover the cost of tuition, books, and some living expenses. For many families who are learning English as a second language, the responsibility of interpreting also often falls on the children. The scenarios can sometimes be uncomfortable or sensitive. Now there's a day camp offering workshops for young language brokers. The youth learn from real-world guest speakers, and they have a little fun. Here's Stephanie Thomas.
Calgary peace officers show off their lights and sirens for the teens and preteens participating in a new day camp. The program is hosted by the Immigrant Education Society, or TIES. It allows the youth who've wound up as their family's translator the chance to learn, connect, and play.
They serve as the voices for their parents, and this is very important in a way that it provides us the space to make sure that they don't feel alone.
The workshops have specific themes, as these young language brokers often navigate financial, medical, or even legal situations with their caregivers. For Tuesday's session, officers explain bylaws, violations, and animal control. While preparation is a key focus for the day camp, gathering children with a common experience is also highly valuable.
It's not everyone who can relate, so finding that peer who you can relate to is really powerful.
11-year-old Ruben Ortega dressed as Spider-Man and says helping his mother since they arrived in Canada from Venezuela 2 years ago is a super job.
It's really hard, but when you already know a little bit, it gets easier.
Sometimes the struggle other days is like, oh, I am more smart than my mom because I can teach her.
Another participant says she helps her mother at doctor's appointments.
And she doesn't understand. I have to say in English, and then I have to repeat it in Urdu. So that's a part where I have to help them.
The program is open to newcomers of any status. Organizers hope that participants will continue to help their families in healthy and supportive ways. Stephanie Thomas, CTV News, Calgary.
The day camp is free for the youth and it's funded by the City of Calgary. Adrenaline junkies need only apply. Just ahead, kids who love karting were at the track in Strathmore where race drivers are testing their skills. A Calgarian has won a national title at the Canadian Superbike Championship. 20-year-old Torrin Collins got his 6th win of the season to clinch the title at the Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in Ontario this weekend. A trophy presentation is happening at Rocky Mountain Motorsport and Carstairs. They will also be teaching about 75 riders how to be safer and more confident on a bike. The popularity of motorsports is on the rise with Netflix series like Drive to Survive and, of course, the blockbuster F1 movie. Young racers will head east to the Strathmore Motorsports Park where they can see who can circle the 1.2-kilometer track the fastest. Alloy Racing is one of the teams there that's developing some of those talented drivers. Kevin Fleming reports.
He's relatively new to the sport. Lucas Hand is 17 and started driving when he was 12. But in the last 5 years, he's focused all his efforts to get better behind the wheel.
I want to go to the very top. I want to be in some, like endurance racing, maybe not Formula One because I think there's a kid that's 1 year older than me that's in that, right? So I think that's a bit off the table now, but definitely somewhere where I can just have a life in motorsport, where I can make a living off that.
His dad, Mike, works on the Kart. He's had to learn alongside his son, but says it's quality time spent together.
I get a lot of time with him. That's a huge bonus for me. We get to learn some of the life lessons of, trying hard and still losing, or something bad happens and you can't plan for it, or and you just learn that together.
Lucas is a driver with Alloy Racing. Its goal is to develop young drivers by providing funding but also coaching.
There are cost barriers to getting into motorsport, but when you compare this to hockey or any other sport, like everything has a cost to it these days. There are economical ways to go racing.
But when you come together as a team and you collectively have access to tools and knowledge and data and people that are great at coaching and people that are great at driving and people that understand lap analysis and data and whatever.
Everyone enjoys working on the karts and discussing strategy. Adrian Carruthers got his start in a kart at 8 years old and says it's track time that really gets the heart pumping.
Oh, it's an experience, unlike no other. From the adrenaline standpoint, from the fun standpoint, you're out there wheel-to-wheel racing, inches between the next guy at 100K plus. It's a real rush for sure.
The drivers don't know what's in store for them, but want to take their driving to the highest level possible. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Strathmore.
LRA Racing developed a tool on its website to help families learn more about kart racing and see if it's something that you might be interested in pursuing. For more information, you can go to our website. Okay, there's a first time for everything. This was a frozen first. Meerkats, they weren't sure what to do with this cold tree. They scratched it, they tried to bury it, they scratched it a little bit more, and then they realized, oh, wait a minute, a popsicle is a good thing. This is a very nice, refreshing snack. And then, of course, they couldn't get enough of it.
Meerkats seem pretty cool.
They're very smart, and they're very curious. Yeah,
for sure.
Look how cute.
I know, they're very cute. I love seeing them at the zoo.
Yes.
The Calgary Stampede isn't the only midway that offers unusual treats. There are also some adventurous culinary creations in Toronto at the PNE this year. So let's take a look. This is apple crumble pierogies.
Yes, I'm in.
Yes, I agree. Potato and cheese-filled pierogies, topped with cinnamon sugar, apple pie filling, vanilla glaze.
Sure.
Cinnamon toast crunch cereal. I go for it, yes.
Totally.
Blueberry pizza. Comes with cinnamon, orange, mascarpone cheese.
That seems
cream,
healthy for like a midway.
Ube corn dog. Sweet and savory at the same time, mozzarella cheese, cooked in ube batter, rolled in ube panko. Yeah, I've tried that. Okay. Here's dessert. This is cowboy candy from Summerland Soft Serve. So mango soft serve with tagine and candied jalapenos.
Yep.
I'd give that a try.
Really? Okay.
So we're all going to Toronto, are we?
Yes.
Private food.
Clearly, we can share some of this.
Yes.
It doesn't look as big as Stampede stuff.
No, they give you Alberta-sized portions here. Yeah. Well, here's a pretty remarkable sight. A 113-year-old church was lifted right off its foundation and then moved down a highway in northern Sweden. This is a big feat. The historic church is being relocated because the ground that it sat on is sinking. The world's largest underground ore mine is threatening to swallow this whole town. So there's now a 30-year project to relocate thousands of people, thousands of buildings from the city of Kiruna. The mine operator spent the last year widening the road just to make this move possible. Whoa. The church is moving 5 kilometers to its new home.
The church is huge.
It's huge.
Did that take 565 days?
It might have. I don't know. Holy cow.
Can you imagine when they got it there just...
Exactly, yes. That's really cool. Wow. Canada's inflation ticked lower last month. We'll look at which expenses have gone down and which are getting a little more expensive. Our business report is coming up.
Your Skywatch weather camera, oh my goodness, what a beautiful day today. A high of 26 degrees, a lot of sunshine, the winds calm, just a little breeze here and there. Very nice, calm, quiet, bright summer day. Okay, let's quickly look at what we've been dealing with for today in comparison to what's normal. So yes, our high, 26 degrees. That's also our current temperature. It's about 4 degrees above normal for this time of year. So yes, we're a little above normal. We'll dip to below normal tomorrow. So we have a cold front that's going to start to cool things down. So we'll cool down a little bit in Calgary, but we'll hold on to the heat in the far southeast for one more day. So another day in the 30s for areas here. But for Calgary, we'll get down to those lower 20s. And that's because of this. This pattern is what's going to creep in. So we'll notice some clouds increasing tomorrow morning. And by the afternoon, we get into the chance of showers and thunderstorm activity. It's the one unstable day of the week. This is your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace Fixed Rider. It's free, 15 degrees, clouds increasing in the morning. By the afternoon, it may get a little gusty at times, up to 40 kilometers per hour. Again, that high of 21. And by 2 in the afternoon, that's when we get into our chance of showers and some thunderstorm activity in the city and around the city as well. I'll show you that in just a second here. But first, Kamloops 28, Kelowna 28, stable. Active weather is possible. Fort McMurray down through Edmonton, Rocky Mountain House, Red Deer, even in through Jasper, Olds, Coronation, Calgary, and Drumheller. So it could be quite an active day, especially east of the QE2, where it may intensify and we may get some severe storms and larger size hail. Lethbridge looking at 29 as a high, Medicine Hat 31 for tomorrow. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. The UCP government says it will now cover the cost of the COVID vaccine for healthcare workers. It comes 2 months after the government said most Albertans, including healthcare workers, would have to pay for their own COVID shots this season. Public health experts and healthcare unions called it irresponsible to force frontline workers to pay for protection in the workplace. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is heading back to the House of Commons. He secured the Battle River Crowfoot riding last night with just over 80% of the vote. And relief for air travelers as Air Canada and its flight attendants reached a tentative agreement. The airline warns it will take some time to resume normal operations. Top American home improvement chain Home Depot is telling consumers it will end up paying the cost of Donald Trump's tariffs. Economic uncertainty has tamed spending habits for many big projects, leaving the company to miss its second quarter sales estimates. As CTV's Jean-Pierre Beauchemin reports, the Reno giant says all of its markets are likely to be affected by a price hike.
The price hike comes as no surprise to the handy shoppers picking up paint and wood at their hardware store. Manuel Riella just built a shed.
Well, it makes sense that this is going to rise prices.
The announcement came out of Home Depot in the U.S., where half the store's inventory come from suppliers outside the country. Just 3 months ago, Home Depot said it would not add the tariffs to the price tag, but now it says the cost of some products across all its markets will rise. Economists say Canadian home renovators will feel the pinch because of the ripple effect.
Because large American retailers like Home Depot want to keep similar prices on both sides of the border. So as they raise prices in the United States, we're going to see that spill over up here into Canada as well.
The home renovation sector boomed during the pandemic. Profits for Home Depot soared. But in a new era of tariffs, the home renovation landscape has shifted, particularly in the U.S. In the face of uncertainty and interest rates, Americans are focusing on small projects and gardening, not major renos. Now in Canada, the cost of renovations has also been rising. Statistics Canada reported a 0.9% increase in cost last quarter. But economists say the situation between the U.S. and Canada isn't exactly the same for now.
Here in Canada, because borrowing has become easier, it's now much easier for Canadian families to afford medium-sized or even large renovation projects. So we've not seen the same impact.
Economists say it's probably a good idea to get to that long-delayed home renovation project, though, before prices get any higher. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Montreal.
Canadians will soon be able to repair their Apple products themselves. Apple says it's bringing its self-service repair program north of the border. The program gives customers free access to manuals, tools, and diagnostic software. And people will be able to buy items such as batteries, glass screen covers, and screw bits. The idea is to make the products last longer and reduce waste. Inflation eased last month, coming in under 2%. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more on that and other business headlines.
The Consumer Price Index rose 1.7% year over year in July. That's a drop from the 1.9% increase in June. Inflation cooled with the help of a 16% drop in the price of gas. But Canadians did pay more for groceries last month. The price of coffee spiked 28%, and sweet treats jumped almost 12% because cocoa beans cost more. Fresh grapes went up 30%. A down day overall in the markets. The Canadian dollar is at 72.12. West Texas Intermediate down almost $1 to 61.77. Our fix on Western Canadian Select has it down under $50 a barrel. And the TSX dropped 98 points, ending the day at 27,823. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Health Canada has approved Ozempic for the use of reducing kidney decline in patients with type 2 diabetes. Between 30 and 50% of people with type 2 diabetes develop some form of chronic kidney disease. An international clinical trial showed the risk of kidneys significantly deteriorating or failing was 24% lower in patients taking Ozempic compared to those taking a placebo. The Calgary Surge is now off to Winnipeg for the Western Final. The team is sharpening up heading into championship weekend. Glenn has a preview for us next. Fans of Downton Abbey will get the chance to own a piece of the British television series. Iconic costumes and props from the show are on display in London right now, ahead of their sale next month. The long-running series began a 6th-season run in 2010. It is championship weekend in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Glenn is back with us, and Glenn, the Calgary Surge head to Winnipeg this week.
Yes, Tara, the Surge will take on Winnipeg in the Western Conference Final. The Sea Bears were 4th in the Western Conference, 2 games under 500, but they're the hosts. The Surge looking for their first ever championship title. Evan Gilliard loves to be on the basketball court, practicing three-pointers and free throws. And all that practice paid off on the weekend. With the game on the line, Gilliard had the ball in his hands and sunk all 3 of his free throws to lift the Surge past the Vancouver Bandits 105-103 in the Western Conference semifinal.
Evan Gilliard and the Surge head down the Vancouver Bandits in the most dramatic of fashions.
Those moments are the moments that you dream of when you're a kid. You know, in the driveway shooting, and you know, you do the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, you know what I'm saying? And you got game-winning shots and game-winning free throws. So it felt good, man. I felt like a little kid at the line and just living out my dream.
And the dream continues for Gilliard and his teammates as they're now off to Winnipeg for championship weekend. Gilliard loves the way the team's been playing down the stretch and expects the same on championship weekend.
Be us. I mean, I think we just got to go out there, play with effort, play hard, make smart decisions, and just play as a team and be a family and be there for each other.
For many of the players on the Surge, this will be their first time playing for the CEBL Championship. Guard Kyrie Thomas is one of them and says this is what you play for.
This is my first year playing, so I'm excited. I know this team's been pretty good in the playoffs in the previous seasons, but to win a championship, I feel like it means something. We have a pretty solid team. I'm confident in all my guys, and you know, I'm very excited. I know it's going to be a lot of things there, like awards and banquets and stuff like that, so that's exciting.
This is the 3rd straight year the Surge have advanced to championship weekend, but they have yet to win a league title. The head coach is hoping that 3rd time is the charm.
Our approach has been the same all season. We've treated every game like a playoff game, regardless home or road. We know it's going to be a difficult road, but our eyes are on the prize, and we're locked into getting a trophy.
The Surge take on Winnipeg in the West Final Friday night. Tip-off for that game, 6:30. The winner goes on to face either the Scarborough Shooting Stars or the Niagara River Lions in the final on Sunday. Should be exciting.
Good. Thank you, Glenn. So, final peek of the weather.
Okay, the weather is exciting because we have a really nice week in store for us. Lots of sunshine, stable weather, temperatures climbing for the weekend. It's just tomorrow that we have a good chance of showers and thunderstorm activity in the afternoon, and it won't be quite as warm, 21 degrees, also a little windy at times later in the day tomorrow. But by Thursday and Friday, 21 degrees, but that comes with sunshine, so it will feel warmer. And then 24 for Saturday, 26 for Sunday, and all of next week looks pretty stable and hot as well. So this is a long stretch of summer weather. Remember that season that we're in that we haven't seen much of? Anyway, Weather Window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And this is from Bob Parker, Lethbridge County Sunset from Monday.
That is very pretty.
Yes.
The colors in that are gorgeous.
You can see some beautiful sunsets in Lethbridge.
Yeah.
All of southern Alberta.
Thanks for your company tonight. For breaking news anytime, go to our website, ctvnewscalgary.ca/ctvnews.ca/Calgary. That's it.
Yes.
Have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow.